How's everybody doing? I thought I'd do a video about how to start investing if you have no idea how to, and what I would do if I were you. And at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want, but this is just my suggestion. So I like to use, as you know, Wealthsimple. I think it's a really good financial app. Um, Robinhood, all these other ones are all good. I just decide to use Wealthsimple. But most of these apps will offer you what's called a managed portfolio. And some of them are called managed portfolios, some of them are called robo investors. What you really need to understand about these things is that you're not having some AI that's going to be buying and selling stocks and selling them at market point, and then no, it's not like that. They're going to give you a group of stocks, a very diversified portfolio. You just put money into it, and then it evenly distributes that, and then they take a very, very, very small management fee. So I'll just run through mine and my theory on what you should do. So go to Wealthsimple, boot up an account, give them all the information. Then it's going to offer you if you want a self-directed account or if you want a managed account. So this is my managed account, and I'm going to go through what it holds. So if you're a young person, I suggest you put when this starts, it's going to ask you what your risk factors, like how much risk are you comfortable with. Jack it all the way up to 10. Mine's at a 9, but if I could right now, I'd put it at 10. The reason I put it 9 because I want more gold. So yeah, so these are what is in the portfolio. You have U.S. equities, international equities, emerging market equities, government bonds, Canadian equities, global equities, gold, and a little bit of cash. And I've been investing in this one. For some reason, that's having trouble loading. Boo. Maybe if we refresh this whole thing, it'll come up. No. Okay. So either way, I've been able to get a 30% return on my investments with this managed account over the last 3 years. Pretty freaking good. It's not that bad. It stayed very steady. So, and what I like about this is when you're start investing. So, get your managed account set up, right? Start putting money into the portfolio, and then as you go on, you can look at U.S. equities and say you want more gold than 2.9%. Then open up a self-directed account and start buying GLDM, which is the same thing that you're holding in this one, and then you can raise up your holdings in that stock. But what it does is it allows you to establish a base, right? So instead of right out the gate, what a lot of people do is they start buying like individual stocks, trying to play the market. Don't do that. Get into a managed portfolio, start getting that money, get a base under your feet, right? Up to like $7,000, $8,000 invested in your managed portfolio. And then once you have an established kind of base there, then maybe start dabbling into your self-directed account and things like that. And, because I've seen just so many people open up the Wealthsimple account. They go right into a self-directed account and they start buying individual stocks and they lose their money. And they start kind of having a bad relationship with investing in general. And that's not where you really want to start. And right here, you can see a 30% all-time return, 30.54% all-time return. So I am someone who, I think those are good. I support those. And as you get more experience, then obviously switch over into a more self-directed account. And other news, I guess, I was talking about Kraken Robotics, and I just want to say it's gone up a lot. It's now at $4.62. Before it was at $4.18, so it's even gone up even more. I've been able to increase my returns even more, 6,678. So, don't sleep on Kraken, baby. Um, and I guess the other thing that I would talk to you about with investing is your psychology of money. My girlfriend uh, hates it. She hates investing. I've really have tried to get her to start investing, and she has opened up a Wealthsimple account, and I got her to get into the managed. Um, but she wanted to have a self-directing account, and this is why I tell you, just go to the managed, put your money in, don't worry about it, just let time do its thing. Is because she started buying stocks that I was buying, and they were going down because obviously my ability to handle volatility and hers are very different. So, she saw $5 go down and she's like, ugh, like I don't want to, like I'm losing money. Like it's just if you can't handle losing money in the market, stay out of it. Um, Even in my investments with crypto, I was down like $5,000. I was down like $3,000 respectively on each of them, and for a year and a half, 2 years before I even saw any profit. So it's all about the psychology of money. And I remember listening. I don't know who it was, but um, maybe it was Gary Robertson, or like bald British dude, the millennial. I don't know, but he was telling a story essentially of like if I put now this all contextualizes how much money you make in general. But let's for this say you make like $65,000 a year. If I put like $5 in front of you on a table, you know, and you look at that $5, what do you think is going to be happening mentally in your head? I don't know, probably not much. $5 on the table, cool. $5. If I put 50, what if I put 4,000? What if I put 40,000? Whoa, now your brain's starting to kind of change. Psychology, you start to sweat, your heartbeat starts getting a little faster of it on the table. And you have to take that and you have to really be honest with yourself on how you are and what your relationship is with money. Are you even someone that can invest? A lot of people are not investors. And I'm not even trying to say like I'm good or anything. Just the ability to save your capital, the ability to not consume more than you spend or whatever. Like to just not be gluttonous. I don't know if I'm using that word correctly. The psychology of money really matters here, because and it does matter, because once you start getting past those milestones of 5,000, 10,000, you start getting up to where I'm at, and plus my crypto and everything. You're starting to near the $100,000 marker. You have to be somebody that has faith that you're not going to pull that out and spend it. That you're going to be able to weather the storm. And that also matters because what if that $50,000, $40,000 I put on the table in front of you, someone comes in and takes it and says, "Well, I'm not giving it to you anymore," and it's gone now. Can you handle that? Because you're going to have to see some investments go down. You're going to have to handle that. And if your psychology of money is when that money's sitting on that metaphorical table in front of you, if you're just blind to it and you don't care anyway, if $100,000 is the same to you as $50, treat it like the game it is. It's hard to talk about it like that because money's so important to people, especially it's lower middle class people. It's everything. We're slaves to it. So you have to unshackle that, in my opinion, to be decent at long-term investing. So weather the storm, grow some balls, and like I said, remember, establish the floor, establish your base. That's the most important thing. And I think the Wealthsimple Managed Account is a very good thing for that. So check it out, follow, subscribe, and have a great day, everybody. Yeah, have a sick day. I think this was a good video today.